So our video is on the distortion pattern genu valgum, also called valgus or knock knees. This pattern causes the knees to point inward and the feet to externally rotate. The overactive muscles are primarily the hip abductors, the gastrocnemius, and the anterior tibialis, which are part of the superficial back line, spiral line, and superficial front line. We would use corrective flexibility to specifically help with these postural issues. We can use self-myofascial release to reduce the tension in the overactive muscles.
Okay, so first we can foam roll the hip adductors. You can use a foam roller to do the self-myofascial release. Depending if you're having any discomfort or pain, you can use this one. It isn't as firm. This one is firmer if you want added pressure. So what you can do is just place the foam roller here. So you place the foam roller under the hip adductor right there. Find a spot that feels that there's a lot of tension, and you can hold it until you feel that it's released a bit, and move again to find another spot that you feel is under a lot of tension. You can do both sides. Now, if this is not comfortable, we can modify it so you can just do this position without a foam roller, and that can give the hip adductor a nice stretch as well. So Tim, get you to lay down here. Now, which one would you prefer to use? That one? Okay. Okay. So get you to put your leg over top. Now, I want you to roll until you find a spot that you feel is under tension, and then we can hold it there. How does that feel?
Painful.
Painful? Do you want to move it to another spot?
No.
No? Okay.
Feels good.
Yeah? When you feel that's good, you can try the other side. With your client, you can even just add a little bit of pressure here by just placing your hand.
All right, so we can also use self-myofascial release to release the gastrocnemius. To do that, phase one would be putting your calves on, propping yourself up with your arms, and finding a spot where you can feel the tension. To progress this exercise, you could cross your leg, or you could place a foot on top of the leg to apply even more pressure. And to regress this exercise, you could go off your hands and just place your calves over legs. So Sam, I'll get you to come here. Yep, you should put your calves on the foam roller. Up on your hands, yeah. And then if you can't feel enough tension, you can place one leg over the other to isolate one calf. And then just hold until you feel the tension release. All right, so after self-myofascial release, static stretching is a good way to release the rest of the tension in your muscles. So we're going to do a lateral lunge to help elongate the hip adductors. And then to progress this static stretch, we could rotate the body, and we're going to have to hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. Then the other side. And again, to progress the stretch, just rotate. Oh, so Sam, if you want to come in here, and if you want to give that a try. So yeah, just a regular lateral lunge. And if you want to progress it, you could rotate the body. Hold for 20 seconds, 20 to 30. And then the other way.
So for the last static stretch, we're going to do a stretch for the gastrocnemius and the anterior tibialis. So you can place one foot against the wall in dorsiflexion and have the other foot in plantar flexion, so that this way we can stretch out the calf muscles, and the anterior tibialis will be under some slight tension, while the opposite foot will be stretching out the anterior tibialis and having a little bit of tension in the gastroc. And we want to bend our knees slightly and have our hands against the wall and just press into it just to add some pressure. We'd hold for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then we can switch sides, just like this. Now, to make this easier, we can just do one at a time, so we're not adding pressure to both sides. And to make it harder, we can press the heel into the wall more so then we can get more of a stretch and have more dorsiflexion of the foot, and then try to drive your knee closer to the wall just to get the opposite foot into more of a plantar flexion. So Tim, so I'll get you to put your hands against the wall and pick whichever foot you would want to start with in dorsiflexion. Perfect. Okay. Now slightly bend that knee that's in dorsiflexion, and now with the other foot, put it into plantar flexion and slightly bend that knee as well. And then if you press into the wall to add some pressure, that will help release the tension in those muscles. How does that feel?
Good.
Good. Okay. Get you to hold for 20 seconds. Great. Other side. Does it hurt to have your other foot in plantar flexion when you're doing that? No?
No.
No? Are you sure?